What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. And today we have a massive release reaction for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. Without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started, everybody. So let's just go get straight into it as we have yet another massive release reaction. Glad to start getting caught up here and get back in the flow. So here we have some El Avador and Herpa models for pre-order. Let's go ahead and get started. And by the way, this is from probably a month or two ago at this point, so it may not be pre-orders anymore. But nevertheless, of course, we're still going to cover it in chronological order as it flows. So let's go ahead and get started with the El Avador 1-200 models right here. Starting right here with the Lloyd Aero, don't want to botch it, but it's like Bolinia, something like that. Airbus A310-300 Charlie Papa 2232. Very cool to see this LAB Lloyd Aero something. Very cool livery, very cool airline. Looks very nice there. And the A300 gets some real representation here in 1-200 scale lately. So very cool to see that, and that's an awesome release. And then we have some Herpa 1-200s here for pre-order. Let's take a look. Starting right here with the Spanish Air Force Airbus T-23-8400M Atlas something Airbase. This is 3128. Very cool to see this. The A400 is a really cool plane. I think it has some very unique attributes to it, so it's very cool to see it getting represented here by Herpa, and that's absolutely awesome. So really good effort right here. Our next aircraft up is a British Airways Airbus A321neo Golf November Echo Oscar Yankee. Has Neo in there, so that's really cool. Very cool to see this one as well. The Neo is going to be a really big asset there for British Airways, so I'm excited to see how and where they'll utilize it too, so that's awesome. And then we have some 1-72s in Herpa. Starting right here with the French Air Force Alpha Jet. This is Echo Tango Oscar 01.008 something transition operational something base Syndico base, something like that. But very cool to see this aircraft as well. One of the most unique distinctive liveries I've seen from the left to the right there. That's a very interesting aircraft. So very cool to see that and how creative the French Air Force is getting with that aircraft, and that is really cool. And we also have a French Air Force Alpha Jet Solo Display Team aircraft. This is also yet another nice one. I really like the tail there, and also the red coming up right here. You can see the blue and the white here, and then the red changing off from its base color. So that's a really cool attribute to this livery, and certainly makes the aircraft just that much more unique. And then we have some 1-87 scale aircraft. Starting here with the Polish Aerolot Junkers F-13. Never heard of this plane. Papa Alpha Lima Papa. This is a very cool aircraft right here. Certainly a very distinctive one. I think the propeller certainly kind of speaks for the story of this aircraft, with it being wood, it appears at least. But yeah, really neat aircraft. Kind of reminds me of a Piper fuselage that looks kind of like a DC-3. I don't know. It's certainly very unique at that. So yeah, really cool knowledge bit today here from Herpa, and certainly giving us something to think about with that mold. So what a unique offering that is right here from Herpa. In addition, we're going to find a Swiss Flying Cub Cessna 172 Hotel Bravo Charlie Quebec Mike railroads. Very cool to see this. Herpa every few months will release these Flying Club aircraft. They did KLM a few months ago. Now we're getting the Swiss one. So I think it looks really cool, and certainly gives it some really nice flavor there. So that's a really nice one yet again from Europe. And some 1-500s, so certainly getting all the skills from Herpa today. Starting right here with the US Air Force One VC-118A, very unique 33240. This is a double, it's DC-6. So very cool to see this right here. I think this is a really unique choice. We've got quite a few cool US Air Force aircraft from InFlight 200's offerings. Now we have Herpa's DC-6 equivalent, and then of course Gemini Jets just did the VC-25. So certainly getting it all here lately, and that's really cool. So yet another very unique aircraft, and I'm going to be excited to see how that one comes out. KLM doubles DC-6 Bravo. This is Papa Hotel Delta Foxtrot Hotel. Another really cool aircraft right here, so it's really cool to see this one getting done with the various attributes that this livery provides, and also the tail fin looking really unique. So very cool to see that one as well, and that'll be another cool one for 1-500 collectors. Morocco government Boeing 747-8 aircraft. How about this? Very cool to see that there. The Morocco government certainly showing out with their 748. The tail looks really cool in it. So that's awesome. A very basic aircraft, but with a very good purpose right there. So very cool to see that one getting done right there. And I think it's a really good choice right there for Herpa. And following that up, we had the Lufthansa Boeing 747-8 in the new livery. Very cool to see this. It's about time to see another one of these, and 1-400, 1-200 done. Very popular aircraft this. The Airbus A340s, the A350s, they're all super popular. Lufthansa has a very big showing across the world, so certainly very cool to see Herpa knocking out this 1-500 version. And speaking of Lufthansa, here's the Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner. So very cool to see that this comes to 1-500. I'm curious what the prices are on these heavies nowadays for Herpa. I've never been a big collector. 55. I'm sorry, that just seems like a bunch. I want to see, is this like 36, 45? It might be Easy Toys pricing. I don't know, but that seems a little much for 1-500 787. That's the same as 1-400. So I don't know if it's Easy Toys, Herpa, or both. But man, that is certainly very fascinating to think about. So, but there's that right there. In the Lufthansa Airbus A380 is also showing right here. Very cool to see this right now. Yeah, so Lufthansa really showing out here in 1-500, and they're getting everything today. So that's really cool. Now we have a UPS McDonald's MD-11 freighter to change the pace a little bit. This November 275 Uniform Papa. Yet another really cool offering right here, and eager to see how that one turns out for them. So really good release there for Herpa to get some variety. Yet some more variety with the Hawaiian Airbus E321neo November 215 Hotel Alpha. Very cool to see this one as well, and certainly really cool to see Hawaiian getting the representation there on the neo. We'll have to see when the more Dreamliners start coming out. Delta Airlines Airbus A350-900 November 502 Delta November, the Spirit of Delta livery. So very cool to see this as well. Nice twist here on the 350, so looking good. And we have the Azul flag livery, ATR 72-600 Papa Romeo Alpha Kilo Oscar. One that looks better than some of the others, to be quite honest, but then you look at the fan blades. So yet another really cool aircraft though. $40 maybe, $41.99. Pretty interesting, pretty interesting. I don't know if that's Easy Toys or what that is. I'm thinking that's Easy Toys, but who knows. Vistara Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner Victor Tango Sierra Delta. Great to see that Vistara is getting some representation here in the great scale of 1-500. So going to be eager to see how that comes out right there for Herpa. And that is it for the Herpa releases. So yeah, very diverse, quite a big chunk here for Herpa. They're certainly getting after it between the military element, the general aviation, of course, the civil aspect, and the 1-500 scales. So certainly quite a interesting diversity of aircraft here, and I think they did a good job with it. So good job here by Herpa for representing that all and some. So nice job. Okay, next up we have some InFlight 200 aircraft. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. Let me get this lined up and we will get right into it. Trying to get it to stick. There we go. All right, here we go for the InFlight 200s. Yet another, these have just arrived, so we possibly have covered these before. Let's take a look. Fiji Airbus A350-900 looking good. Delta Quebec Foxtrot Alpha India looking good. Great job there by InFlight. That's looking really, really nice. I think we have covered these before, but I like looking at the pictures to kind of follow up. So PSA, Boeing 727-100 November 976 Papa Sierra looks really great. Great job. That 727 mold for them is elite. Nice job. Reference price for these narrow bodies in the $116 range. I think they're anywhere from $115 to $140-ish. So very nice to see that right there. A Braniff International 727-200. This is the, yeah, this is kind of an electrifying livery. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be like metallic or what the proper phrasing for it is, but certainly looking very nice. It's 8857 Echo, so very cool to see that right there. The Continental 727-200s here with the larger titles, and I think they did a good job. 79754, really good job there by InFlight, very nice. Azul Airbus A350-900 also looking very good. Really standard delivery there. The mold is just fantastic for them, so that's just awesome. That's a monopoly when it comes to detail for them. Excuse me. Here's the American 727-200 that got announced a couple months ago, and they did a great job on it. 722 Alpha Alpha. That looks really, really nice. Yeah, no complaints to be had here. They did a good job there. That's really, really nice. Nice job there. And the United 727 is here as well, looking good. This is 7251 uniform. Apologies, guys. Been filming all day, and it's certainly getting the better of the voice, but nevertheless, looking very good right there. And yeah, really good set right there. That's awesome. Nice job. That's looking really good. Sorry about that, everybody. I thought I'd give my voice a break to see if that would help. I've been doing videos here for a couple hours, so that would kind of add up. So next up into some more in-flights. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. And of course, they have to headline this. I get why they did it, but it's like, don't spoil it. But we'll come back to details on that here in a second. So let's get started with the in-flight ARD and B models for pre-order 1 to 200 scale. Starting off with the big one. This is the British Airways Boeing 767-300ER Golf Bravo Zulu Hotel Alpha with the collector coin. And this is the last British Airways 767 in commercial flight. So here's some really cool details. Thank you, Easy Toys, for providing. This aircraft had almost 51,000 hours of flight time, 50,696, 22,858 landings. I can't even fathom that amount of time. That's like at least 5 or 6 a day. That's really crazy. First commercial flight was on the 14th of May 1998, and its last commercial flight was on the 25th of November 2018, 20th anniversary. It appears a little bit farther after that, and it was from I think to Heathrow as BA 663. So really a big workhorse. I do I think it's the 757 really for open skies because I had that model, but the 767 was just as important, if not more important. A great plane for British Airways. It really carried the load. It was utilized on a bunch of different Europe routes, and they also sent it to the United States and I'm sure to various other regions of the world. So what a cool plane. Really cool to see it commemorated here with the collector coin. That's awesome. A great job here by InFlight. That's awesome. Our next aircraft at the bat's going to be an Air Canada Boeing 787-9. This is Charlie Foxtrot Victor Lima Zulu. Very cool to see this one as well. I can't remember if they did a standard livery or not. I think they did the big decal one, but I don't know if InFlight did the standard livery or not. So certainly a nice release here, and that will certainly be helpful for all those collectors. Following that, we have Air Canada Retro. This is going to be Airbus A330-300 Golf Charlie Golf Hotel Kilo Romeo. So you certainly got pick your choice here for the Air Canada Heavies this month. So very cool to see that. I personally think the new one is sleeker and looks better, although the old one certainly has its share to it. So excuse me, I apologize. Looking good with those two aircraft right there. And I guess that must be it. That was nice and simple there. B models typically usually are shorter. So looking good with those. Really nice sets right there. The British Airways 767 I think is a really big one. So that's awesome to see. And a really good effort right there to say the very least. I'm going to save Phoenix for its own video. Phoenix usually does a really good job. So why don't we save that for the next one? So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, really good releases today. We got some really good variety in there. Really glad to see all the various 1-200s that are getting done. And then of course, Herpa with a very unique set there. So, but I thought it would be worth it to save Phoenix. So stay tuned for next Sunday when we cover that. But I hope all of you are excited for that. It's going to be awesome and really looking forward to that. And I hope you guys are as well. But with all that being said, everybody, that'll do for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.